All right, guys, we have an incredible podcast coming to you right here. A new friend of mine, Steve Cohen, and his incredible business, Nationwide Signing Services, Sign Services, Lockboxes, Notary, all this crazy stuff. And I can't understand how he's able to do it. So he's going to tell us how he does it and how it can fit into your business. So stay tuned. If you're just getting started, you're going to want to know how you can build your business around this with someone helping you in the operations. And if you've been doing this for a while, you will immediately see how this could be of value to you. So let's stay tuned and check it out. All right, welcome back, Deal Finders. We are here with another great episode of the Deal Finders podcast. And I'm really excited because you all are going to get to hear me learn about a new business that I think is going to be amazing for our company, our partners, our community. And so we'll all get to learn about it together. But first, if you're listening to this, you can go watch us on YouTube. If you're watching this, you can listen to us anywhere. And just make sure you share, review, give us a thumbs up, whatever that is, and wherever you're hearing this, so that this could go out to other people. So just getting started, I'm going to introduce you guys to Steve Cohen. And Steve, I'm going to let you tell them who you are and where you are. What you got going?
Thank you so much for having me, Andrew. I appreciate it. Steve Cohen, the owner of Notable Notaries, a nationwide mobile notary and field agent service located out of sunny Ventura, California.
Nice. Yeah. So nationwide is a big word. So we're gonna touch on that. We're gonna get back to that. And this is what we're gonna talk about, guys, is nationwide notary, nationwide service that can
boots on the ground.
Boots in the ground that can help everybody in this business. So before we get there, I always like to ask people, how did you get your first deal in real estate? How did you get started in real estate, Steve?
I lucked out. I happen to have a friend who is an investor, and he was building up his Airbnb portfolio up in Big Bear, California. There were a couple cabins that had opened up that he wanted to jump on, and was a little hesitant, but he was really nice and wanted me to get my start in investing. So he turned me on to the sellers who he knew, and one thing led to the next. I purchased the first cabin, and then about 6 weeks later, I actually purchased the second cabin, which are both very active Airbnbs for me right now.
That's incredible. So, guys, I didn't put him up to this. I don't ever really go into this. Before we start recording, I like to find out where people got their first deal, because here at the Deal Finders Club, the Deal Finders community, we're always talking about how can we get started today? What is right around us within arm's reach, usually, like literally in your own backyard? How can we get started in real estate and find that first deal? And Steve, you did it through a friend, right? So networking, letting people know that you're open to that. Clearly, he thought something of you. Maybe y'all were talking about real estate. Did you share your dream or goal of getting into real estate? How'd that work?
Absolutely. I mean, anybody that knows me knew at that time that I knew long-term real estate was where I wanted to be. Just, fix and flips, Airbnb. I wanted long-term rentals. I just wanted to have just a really diverse portfolio in real estate all across the board. And so anybody that knew me at the time knew, and that's really why he saw this opportunity for me to jump on it and get my first two properties in it. I've never looked back since.
Yeah, love it, love it, love it. So that's it, guys. That's your actual step to take from today to find that first, second, third deal, wherever you are. Let people know that you're looking, because I'm sure, Steve, your friend probably had other friends that he didn't tell about this cabin or the two cabins, right? But he knew you were looking. He knew you were interested. And so, guys,
that's all it took.
Yeah, if people don't know that you're looking at real estate, thinking about real estate, wanting to buy real estate, they're never going to help you. They're never going to show or share with you. So first step, that's what you're going to do today. Let your friends know. All right. So that's how you get going and get started. But Steve, you learned some things through real estate that has now helped you create a business that's very unique. So can you walk us through, where did this begin? Where did Notable Notaries begin?
Great question. So obviously the name of my company, Notable Notaries, emphasizes the notarization side of my business that we do. I started out just being a nationwide signing service, and we were facilitating loan closings for escrow, title, and lenders across the country. And a couple years back, one of my clients who was a hedge fund, we were notarizing all of their purchase contracts and AIFs at the time for them. They had been buying properties all across the country. And one day they called me, they said, hey, your notary's going out to this home. It's so remote. We cannot find one person in the area to go out and get photos and set up a lockbox for us. Would you mind if they did that for us? I said, of course not. Anything for our clients. And we sent them out there. They took the photos. They set up the lockbox. And this fund loved it so much that the next day they placed 4 more orders for this. The day after that, they placed 10 orders for photos and lockboxes. And at that time, I picked up the phone and I called them and I said, guys, this is awesome. We love being able to do this for you. Give me an idea of who you're using, though, so at least I have an idea of what your needs are and how we can model our business to really meet your needs and make sure we're closing out these orders properly for you. And I couldn't believe this fund's response. They said, we're not using the service. We have a room full of people, and their job is to go on Google, Craigslist, Thumbtack, Yelp, Angie's List, and go into all of these remote markets. Then they're spending anywhere from 40 minutes to an hour trying to find somebody to go out to all of these properties and get photos. And that's all it took. That was the aha moment for me right there. I realized I have the database, I have the infrastructure, and I was going to be able to streamline and simplify that entire process, that 40 minutes to an hour, down to about 3 to 4 minutes, which is how long it takes to place an order in my scheduling portal. And I haven't looked back since.
Wow, dude, what an incredible, attention to detail and understanding, of course, you're entrepreneurial, obviously, and understanding there's a problem here, there's an issue, and you can solve it, right? You've got an idea that this can solve it, and then I assume you make profit from it, right? The business is growing because you solved a problem.
And this isn't just any problem. This is what I hear and what I believe to be one of the biggest problems in the industry, is being able to get eyes on the property, being able to get access. Because as you know, the quicker you get the photos, the quicker you get access, the quicker you're getting those assignment fees, or the quicker you're getting those properties off your hands. And my team is super fast, and that's what we're able to come in and do for real estate investors nationwide.
Yeah, and so, the first thing when I heard this, and you were talking to some friends of mine, and we got connected, and I'm like, what? And the first thing, I'm like, alarm bells are going off. There's no way he's actually nationwide, right? There's no way. Like, he's just saying that because he's going to go on Craigslist and find somebody to go see it. Right? So, have you heard that? Am I the only one?
That's the first, and that is super funny. But now I'm wondering if other people think that's what's going on. But once you see my scheduling portal, you can definitely tell that's not what's happening. But that's funny.
So I did, of course, signed up and went into the portal. I didn't place an order because I didn't want to mess anything up. But yeah, when I saw the portal, I was like, this looks a little too quick and exact, to use it, whatever word, like for you to go and then try to find somebody off Craigslist. So I did think, I was like, this maybe it's not where he's going to go farm it out to somebody else. Maybe he does have something going on here. So
definitely.
What does that look like? How does someone schedule this?
That's a great question. So I do have a state-of-the-art scheduling portal that I had built out for my company. Basically, you would get a login like you log into your scheduling portal and you place the order right through there. We have a menu of services we offer. You select the service you need, you enter the address, you enter a time and location, a point of contact so we can call to confirm the appointment. You hit save and you're done. You start handling the more critical tasks, and that's it. Mm-hmm. My team streamlines it from that point on. And as I mentioned earlier, we're super fast. So I'm making sure my schedulers are responding to you within a couple minutes of you placing the order. And our goal is to get that order assigned within 15 to 20 minutes of you placing the order, just to give you peace of mind that it's been assigned to a field agent and the appointment's going to get confirmed ASAP as well.
That's amazing. Yeah. And so when I told you, before we started recording, I said, I'm going to go through this scenario because this just came up. This came up in our business as someone who is potentially needing this service, and not just one person, like multiple people. But I wanted to hear from you. You know, how does this work? What does it really look like before we start going? Because me, like I'm sure many other people, are like see this as a really, like, who's actually going out to the property? Is this real? Am I just clicking this and it's going to nowhere? Is it just Craigslist with a pretty website? So what you're saying is we'll click, we'll send the order in, and your team, your back end, reviews it, and then it starts working with your agents that are already out there, because you've been doing this notary for how long?
Yeah, for years now, almost a decade. So my database is already built up. Everybody in my database is background checked. They're bonded. They're insured. In some states where it's required, they're commissioned or licensed. We keep track of all of that information. We keep track of various certifications they have, if they're an attorney, if they're a broker, so on and so forth. So the database is built out. Everybody's already in there. And when you guys place an order on our back end, what we do is we start what's called the automator. So it'll start automating a message to all of my field agents in the area of where the property is. And as they start responding, we're going to assign it to a favorite in the area. If we have somebody marked as a favorite that we know takes awesome photos, that we know follows directions, they're going to get assigned first. Otherwise, we keep working our way down the list and start vetting our field agents to make sure that we're sending somebody out that's going to be able to accomplish whatever service you need from us. But it's definitely an internal database that I have. I don't outsource it to any other Craigslist or any other kind of searches like that. Yeah, it's definitely internal. I make sure everybody, like I said, is background checked, bonded, insured.
Yeah, I love that. That's a big point, and I don't know that is on your website big enough or bold enough for people to know.
It isn't. Now that you say it, it definitely isn't. But it's definitely a game changer when you have the peace of mind, not only for your seller, but for your company, knowing that the people you're sending out are bonded and insured. But also my company carries the most extensive insurance coverages available for my industry, not only protecting myself, my company, my internal employees, but my vendors that I send out in the field to handle these field services that you guys desperately need.
Yeah, that's a big part of it, because as I was going through thinking about placing the order, that was one of the things that came up. Like, well, who are they sending? They're, again, bonded, insured, licensed, all these things. Even just for putting a lockbox on, we have a business, we have a brand, we have a reputation. If one of my agents, like a retail agent, wants a lockbox put on, they have to know that the person going out there is, not going to throw a rock through the window or something crazy. Like they are a vetted individual, with insurance and whatever license and things.
Background checks.
Yeah, background check kind of stuff. So as you're talking, I'm thinking about this, and it seems like if someone was interested in this service, and say for our local deal finder community, which is in South Carolina. So all around South Carolina, we have a lot of investors and agents and lenders come into our local community to do deals and learn and connect. So if a local community like that started using your service, you then would build up the favorites, and you then would make it quicker and easier and more efficient and better quality, better service for that local community. Is that right? Am I putting that together?
100%. And on top of that, this is already happening in other areas. So, for example, we'll have some clients that will start requesting certain field agents that they know are in that area. So not only do we have our favorites, we definitely have clients that'll call us and say, let's not use this one anymore, not enough photos, or call up Mindy, we want her to shoot the photos for this property, so on and so forth. So we definitely can mark favorites for you if you have them. If you want to make a specific request, we're able to do that too as well. And once you start working with us, we're going to encourage feedback. We're going to reach out to you as your first few orders start to come back for feedback. And we're going to find out, do you want to work with this field agent again? Give us notes, give us feedback so we can provide you with the best possible service and make sure that your photos or whatever service you ordered from us are being returned exactly how you want. But definitely, you can absolutely request your favorite field agent in the area.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. So the thought that we were having is in our local real estate team, we're retail agents, for example. We have a couple of agents, and we're all over the place. They might be traveling, or they have properties on either side of the town, and so there's a lot of running around. A few things that we look for: somebody to go put a MLS lockbox or a contractor lockbox, two different things, two different kind of systems to do. Someone to put out signs, someone to go just check on things. So if we have a property that's been vacant and listed for a month, we like to have somebody on our team, go by there every so often, every other week or so, especially if it's not getting any showings. Those are some of the things. What else was there? Of course, notary, those types of things. Do you have that service, right? This is what you guys do. What's kind of like the price range for something like that? I know it's sure it varies wildly, but for an agent who's typically very conscious on the services they pay for because it comes out of their commission, do they use this often, or what are you seeing?
Definitely. So we absolutely see agents use our service all the time. What I'm able to do is I've negotiated flat fees nationwide. Okay, I'd say on 90% of my services, and I'm going to explain that. Also, being a part of, obviously, the Deal Finders Club, I am going to offer reduced pricing to everybody listening to this, and I'm going to send off a special fee schedule for you and your community for that. That being said, like I said, I do offer flat fees nationwide. Those are for my internal services that I have control over. Notarizations, photos, lockboxes, showings, door knocks, wellness checks, letter postings, all of those where my field agents go out to the properties and handle work. Now, for my external services, where I have a network through one of my clients that's a fund, where we get locksmith service, maid service, clean out service. Those are obviously services where you can't offer a flat fee because it very well may change. As you know, the photos the seller might send are going to be completely different than when the junk removal company shows up to the property. That being said, we absolutely provide those services. We provide you with a quote, and if you're okay with it, we streamline those services as well for you.
Yes, I love it. That was one, the locksmith. So that was one that we were thinking about as well.
We have a huge nationwide network of locksmiths. And again, where we're unable to offer a flat fee is because, as you know, there might be one lock on the door, and then the locksmith gets out there and there's a deadbolt and an electric lock, and it might be way more complex than they ever thought. And that's where we run into issues with not being able to offer a flat fee. That being said, we'll come back to you with the negotiation the locksmith says. And if you approve it, we're going to get the job done for you.
Yeah.
But again, it's all about a one-stop shop. It's all about freeing up your community's time to do the needle-moving tasks. You guys don't need to be on the phone vetting 10 local locksmiths. Let my team do that. Let us find the lowest quote in the area for you and send it off to you. If you're happy with it, we're going to make it happen. That's a courtesy we provide, by the way, for all of our clients. We're not adding additional fees on top of that. We're happy to send off the receipt to you, which we do on all of our orders. We want to take as much of that mundane administrative work off your plate as we can.
Yeah, I love that. And we definitely appreciate, a discount, a group discount for the Deal Finders community because, like I said, we're already talking about this in our group. And so to go on top of that is we do deal partners. Like we partner with people that want to learn how to do this business, and we walk them through it and we show them how to do it. We do deals together to get people into this business. And one of those things is, so when we do that, we have deals that might be outside of our local area. So right now we have a partner and there's a deal in Chicago. What I'm saying is we were getting pictures from the GC, but we need pictures from a third party. We need somebody else to walk by there and say, this is what it looks like to me. Same with, we have some down like an hour away. We just can't drive there all the time, but for a small fee, we can get the pictures, we can get the updates. I love that. And I'm telling you're nervous right now.
The seller's always going to send you the photos they want you to see. You know that.
Yeah.
Contractors aren't going to be very reliable. Look, I'm here to tell you and your community there are no more geographical limitations.
Sure.
You know, at this point, I can guarantee you trustworthy and reliable boots on the ground in any city across the country. I've never had to turn anybody down for business. I don't offer travel fees. So if for whatever reason I have to bring in a field agent from a neighboring city that's wanting an extra $100 for the drive, you're never going to see the fee. Again, your fees are going to stay the same that we're offering you through the community. But no more geographical limitations, guys. I want you guys to have the confidence and feel good about moving into newer markets as well, too, if that's something you're interested in.
Yeah, I love it. And just for context, for our market, we're centralized in the state, but
yeah, exactly. And that's what
the cities are huge. Like you think about Houston, right? That's a huge example. But in the South, these cities have a wide range, and it might take an hour and a half to get from one side to the other. My time is worth paying someone else so that I don't have to drive an hour and a half one way and then back. And hands down.
Definitely. And that was one of the things that I really respected about your company. You know, you guys are imparting established methodologies tailored for real estate investors and wholesalers looking for, discounted deals in their local area where you guys are. And you're able to provide guidance on uncovering deals while minimizing their marketing expenses too. And I love that you guys also want to do it with the tools that are going to help them really construct a system that yields the steady leads and the continuous stream of deals. And I love that you were open to introducing this nationwide service to them as well to help them just really achieve things they never thought possible for their businesses.
Yeah. And again, like I said at the beginning, we just now started this conversation, but to me, this is such a huge benefit for people getting in this business because, and I'll go back and I'll take you back, how many years? Since 2016, right? 8-9 years ago, I was working, my wife and I, we were both working full-time jobs, 2 and 3 kids, and we were flipping houses so that we could get to this point and quote, retire from day jobs where we could live off of real estate. It was a lot of work, a lot of back and forth, a lot of driving, nearly ruined our marriage because there was so much time where I wasn't at home because, I'd work, but then I'd have to work by driving to properties, driving to do this, driving to do that. If there's a service like this that can take an hour out of a week for somebody that has a full-time job and kids at home, like that value is, you can't put monetary, you can't call it $100, $300, $500 when it's that hour could have been at home with kids.
That's exactly. I mean? That's 100% what this is all about right there, what you said. I hear this every day from people. And my nationwide field agent service is a nationwide resource for boots on the ground. And I want you and your community to look at it as your secret weapon. Imagine having a personal army of real estate ninjas at your disposal. That's what I always tell people. Just ready to tackle any task, anytime, anywhere. And again, with over 320,000 field agents located throughout the country, I have the manpower. I have the expertise to handle a wide variety of tasks, from photos, lockboxes, showings, like I said, 2D, 3D floor plans, locksmith service, maid service, notarizations, and beyond. And this is definitely going to help your community with the most valuable asset we all get in life, which is our time.
Yeah, I love it. So guys, we're going to start wrapping it up here and just to leave this with you all who are listening. If you're getting started and you have zero money, right? This is a service that might seem like a luxury, but when we start talking about building a business and investing in your business and in yourself and your time, like, why are you doing this business? If it's so you can spend more time at home with your kids, well, you might be able to get an hour back every week by using a service like this. And this is where, as we talk through our local community and our local meetups, we meet every single week, right? And a lot of what people hear me say is, why are we doing this? Let's build the business to serve that. And so this is a service that, I wish I had years ago where I could have saved just an hour just an hour a week is worth that when you're getting started in this, and you got to work, and you got kids, and you got this new side gig. But then as you build your business and you're a professional, like professional agents, professional flippers, and you have multiple things going on, well, now your work time becomes very, very valuable. And so now it becomes a business relationship and a business decision to pay for service. So I'm so thankful, Steve, that we met, and understanding your business helps me understand, how it can serve and how you're able to serve people nationwide. Doing this for 10 years almost is phenomenal. So, Steve, I'll ask you, do you have anything else that you might want to leave with a new community that's just getting introduced to you and your service?
I'm just looking forward to providing them with this tool, this awesome tool that they can use to thrive in today's fast-paced environment. At the end of the day, you need a competitive advantage. And I really believe we're going to be able to provide that for everybody in your community. I'm looking forward to meeting everybody personally. If anybody has any questions or wants to reach out to me, I'm sure Andrew and his team can let you guys know how to reach out to me. And I appreciate you letting me come on here. Absolutely.
And guys, yes, we will put a link down below. We'll throw it on our website, dealfindersclub.com/resources. We'll make sure that link is there so that you can connect directly with Steve and his team and get to work. Use them if you need to. If not, y'all, this podcast is there to help you get over the hump and start taking action in your real estate business. So if you haven't done a deal yet, rewind this, go back to the beginning, and figure out how you can let people know that you exist and that you want to invest. Y'all, if you're doing the business already, then you take the notes from what you heard today and invest in your business so you can grow it. Spend time on the revenue-generating activities and use services like this or others to help you operate the business. All right? So, again, dealfindersclub.com. That's where you can find out more about us. Of course, we have the YouTube channel and the podcast. And hopefully, Steve, will have you here locally and in town, and we could do, get you to meet everybody. We have a great community. If you're in South Carolina, we're in Columbia. We meet every week. Y'all just shoot me a DM or a comment here. We'll get connected if you want to come down. We'd love to see you. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. All right. So thanks, Steve. I appreciate it. And guys, go out there and be a deal finder. See you next time.
Thanks for listening to the REI Deal Finders podcast. You can find out more and apply to be a part of the REI Deal Finder community at reidealfinders.club.